Hi, puppy people. It's Cindy. I am back for another day of toys, toy talk. It's all about the toys because we all know that a bored dog is a naughty dog. And the best way to solve and prevent about 90% of behavior issues is by keeping your dog busy, keeping them occupied. And play is such a huge motivator for your dog. So let's use it. So today we're going to talk about water toys. Toys that are designed specifically for those water breeds that love the pool and the ocean and the lake. Wherever you happen to live, there's water. I know when the kids were growing up, we had 3 dogs that were all water dogs and a huge pool. So it was a lot of fun, but there are a few things that you need to keep in mind because I am an overprotective mom, and so it's all about the safety. So let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is water safety. First and foremost, if you have a pool, please don't leave your dog unattended with it. You want to practice water safety with your dog just like you would with any other species in your family. So keep it safe, monitor them around the pool, and don't leave them unattended. Because yes, your dog may know how to swim, but when they're panicked, they may not know how to find the edge. People too, they panic and they can't get to safety. So please watch your dog. And those of you that have water dogs, your labs, your goldens, yes, poodles are water dogs. The standards were bred to retrieve from water, just like Labradors. You have your Newfoundlands, and oh my gosh, the list goes on and on and on. Not every dog likes water, and not every water dog likes water. So there are those individual nuances and individual differences to please keep in mind. But if your dog does like water and you have a lab or a golden or a poodle that likes to retrieve, or if you have a Newfie that just likes to carry things in their mouth, there's a lot of these water toys that, what makes them a water toy? They float. Okay, that's really what it is they float. And it's something that your dog can easily grab a hold of, whether it's by the rope or it's by the main section. You can throw it with the rope, and then it's more for them to pick up and hold. Now, you can also use these if you were just doing some basic retrieval work with your dog, or if you have a hunting dog and you want to use it as a dummy. Absolutely, you can use it for that as well. But, and you know I'm going to say this because I hate to sound like a broken record, but it's the truth. These are not chew toys. Not a chew toy, okay? I can't stress that enough. And if you've been listening to any of the other videos that I've done with this toy series, you know that not all toys are chew toys. So if you leave this with your dog unattended, he's going to start ripping it up. And it's, first of all, it's going to be a waste of money because he's just going to chew it up. And it could also be a safety hazard because he could ingest pieces of it, especially these ropey things. A lot of dogs will chew and pick on these and get pieces of it, can easily cause an obstruction. So not only is it a waste of money if you use this as a chew toy, but it could be dangerous. How do you teach your dog to retrieve, and how do you teach them to bring it back? So basically, to start the water retrieval, start it easy. Start it on land, like everything else. Let's start easy and then make it more challenging once your dog has it. So start out on land, and as you toss it, you praise, 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 reward your dog for being interested, going after it. As they're bringing it back, cheer them on. If they don't drop it, then ignore them. So continuing the game is the reward for your dog. So if they bring it back to you and you play tug of war and you pull it out of their mouth, and tug of war becomes the game. So you ignore them until they drop it, and then you swoop in, you pick it up, and you throw it again. So you're rewarding them for dropping it. The sooner they drop it, the sooner the game is continued. Now, the other way, you can swap them something better. So swap them a higher valued toy, like maybe a squeak toy, something to get them a little bit more interested. Even another retrieval toy sometimes works. So so you can swap them. Go fine, you can have that. I got this. They spit out the first toy, and then you throw the new toy, and then you keep swapping up like that. So what they're learning is that the sooner I give it up, the sooner the game continues. And then you can put a word to it, like ouse, give, put, whatever you want to call it. I know my Malinois, we used to call it spit. We'd say spit, and she released whatever's in her mouth. So it doesn't matter what you say, as long as you're consistent, your dog will catch on to it. So start out in easy mode on the land, and then if you have a pool, do it in the shallow end. Toss it just gently into the shallow end. Reward your dog for pulling it out. If you have a Baja ledge, those are fantastic, so you can go a little bit further. But once your dog is getting it on easy mode, then you can go a little bit further, deeper into the pool, until eventually, you know, you can really chuck it in the dog, like dock dives off of your pool. It's fantastic. And I remember when the kids were younger, we had a big pool and 3 water dogs, and it was so much fun. The kids had so much fun with playing fetch with them out of the water, and the dogs loved it too. Talk about great exercise. Oh my gosh. And there's just something wonderful about seeing your dog do what they were actually bred for, you know? It's wonderful. So if you don't have a pool, you can use a plastic kiddie pool, especially if you have a smaller dog. Sometimes that's a lot easier for them to navigate. So plastic kiddie pool, not the blow-up kind, a plastic kind where you can fill it with a little bit of water, and again, start out easy. Just lob it in there. They pull it out. Great dog. Great job. Da, 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 da. Really encourage that and reward that. Now, if you're one of my Southern California people here, you live by the coast, Dog Beach is so wonderful. You can take these things to the beach, but just be careful. Again, this is my mom little safety rant, that we want to make sure as you're playing with your dog, watch that the toy isn't absorbing a lot of seawater, which if your dog ingests that, it can make them sick. Also, if it's absorbing the water and then the sand sticks to it, and then your dog puts it in their mouth, and then they're ingesting a lot of sand, which can cause an obstruction, be a huge problem. So please keep that in mind. That's why I like these toys that are smooth and aren't going to absorb all of that. I really caution you using tennis balls at the beach, because typically they are very absorbent. And then the dogs, especially labs, oh my gosh, I've seen labs at the beach with like 3 tennis balls in their mouth. And they're going to be ingesting seawater as well as sand, neither of which is good for your dog. So just be aware of that and be careful. If you live by a lake or a stream, another body of water, same thing. Obviously the fresh water, as long as it's not polluted or anything, should be fine, but it can absorb dirt and other things that you may not want your dog ingesting. So just be aware of that. And that's just another reason when you're using a water retrieval toy is to find something that's smooth and easy to clean out and isn't going to be absorbing all of that. So have fun, but be careful. That's all I have to say. So anyway, drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your dog's favorite toy is. And till next time, thanks for hanging out with me. Go play with your dog. Go play.